Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, the ROC Leader. We're doing a reaction to Erik Voss, part of new Rockstar, doing a breakdown of the new Joker teaser snippet trailer thing.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and Joker 2, aka Joker.
That's crazy that we're getting Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. I can't, man, that's crazy.
A new teaser and a release date, October 4th, 2024. Folie, Deux is an archaic literal translation of madness for two, but really its modern clinical definition is shared psychosis. It's a rare syndrome in which a delusional belief is transmitted from one individual to another, which now seems to be the case between Joaquin Phoenix's Joker from Todd Phillips' 2019 film to this upcoming sequel with Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. Yep, everything's on fire over at Warner Brothers at the moment when it comes to its DC titles, but we can always count on a $1 billion Oscar winner setting up a sequel team up with the star of House Gucci and A Star Is Born to set the internet ablaze.
That's gonna be cool.
The best takes on mental health. But let's take a look at this teaser to begin to explain what this movie even is. Roll the clip. Heaven, I'm in heaven. This is Erik singing because this is backup music that YouTube won't let us use in our video without it getting demonetized. So here's my version. And we're dancing something, something, cheek to cheek. Yeah, you love it. Enjoy those nightmares. So this music is Irving Berlin's famous Cheek to Cheek from the 1935 musical comedy Top Hat, starring Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. This is an instrumental section of the song after Fred sings, "Heaven, I'm in heaven." And then the two of them go into a dance break. This is what we hear here. We see the silhouette of Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur Fleck, one of those shots when he was suited up in the red, orange, and green suit, cigarette just dangling there. When in the 2019 film, he descended into one of his many fancy episodes. But also, we see a silhouette of Lady Gaga, her hair in a bun, wearing a dress with high heels, a tiny heart visible on her cheek. Actually, as these two dance,
she's gonna have a heart
on her cheek nears the Joker paint around his eyes. Blue triangles above and below. Here looking like an up and down button on an elevator. This teaser ends with Arthur releasing his pathological laughter that he had throughout that 2019 film. This audio actually sounds like it might be directly from the final scene with him in Arkham with an analyst.
Tallulah, come on, the best is not to leave.
What's so funny?
You're not gonna understand.
Remember, it was this moment that led some to suspect that all the events of the film could have been presented through the eyes of an unreliable narrator, an interpretation supported by Arthur's romantic relationship with Zazie Beetz' character Sophie, revealed as a delusion late in the film, and that everything we saw this Joker go through, from his talk show massacre to his ascension to the clown prince of crime, leading a riot that left Bruce Wayne an orphan, all of that might have been the joke in Arthur's mind. Todd Phillips has confirmed wanting to preserve the multiple choice aspect of the Joker's backstory from Alan Moore's The Killing Joke, and said that the whole film is really up for interpretation, kind of like Fight Club. Sometimes we're all happy to lose. We're happy to lose our minds over the latest trailer, we're happy to lose our voices shouting at the latest reveal, and we're happy to lose sight of the bigger picture because we are obsessing over the details, all part of being a fan. But losing your hair, that's different. For your first order, go to keeps.com/newrockstars or click the link in the description. That's KEEPS.com/newrockstars. Now, releasing a concept teaser like this is a lot like what Todd Phillips did for that 2019 Joker film with a 2018 camera test with Joaquin Phoenix in costume set to the 1969 track Laughing by the Guess Who. In this case, this sequel teaser suggests an interesting tone for Joker Folie Deux, consistent with some of the things that we've been hearing about it. First off, the reports that Joker Folie Deux might be a movie musical, which would be consistent with sampling one of the most famous cinematic movie musical numbers in Hollywood history, and the casting of a movie musical star like Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. Gaga's silhouette wearing high heels is really no coincidence, as there's that famous saying that Ginger Rogers had to do everything Fred Astaire did, but backwards and in high heels. That was my impression of Texas Governor Ann Richards when she did it. Go watch that clip. That speech was awesome. But don't worry, for anyone who might be turned off of the idea of a musical, first off, slap! What's wrong with you? Musicals are awesome. But don't worry, it's probably not what you think. It's probably not gonna be characters bursting into song from out of nowhere, or the whole thing being like an opera where they're singing throughout. No. That 2019 Joker actually included a musical sequence, if you remember, Arthur dancing down the steps to Rock and Roll Part 2, which then crossfaded into some of the darker tones from the film's score.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, a lot of action movies these days have these kind of sequences that are edited to sync with the diegetic music within the reality of the scene. I've actually made the case that James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy movies in the MCU are diegetic musicals in that regard. The opening titles of the 2014 film are to Peter Quill dancing to Come and Get Your Love. The 2017 follow-up, Groot dances to Mr. Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Both of these movies really dig into the thematic debate of dancers versus non-dancers. And James Gunn even confirmed to me that the first one of these movies is meant as a musical love letter from Peter Quill's mom to him. We've even seen musical escapism with the character of Harley Quinn. Again with James Gunn. His 2021 The Suicide Squad showed Harley's escape edited to the rhythm of Louis Prima's Just a Gigolo / I Ain't Got Nobody, a song that Harley was singing to herself at the start of that sequence. And before that, 2020's Birds of Prey featured Harley when she was getting roughed up by Roman Sionis' crew, escaping into a reenactment of Marilyn Monroe's Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. So yeah, I don't think we're really looking at a musical
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Hamilton, but rather one in which the musical and the dance sequences are expressions of the character's shared psychosis, their Folie à Deux. There are other reports that this movie will be set mostly in Arkham Asylum, assuming its events pick up as the 2019 movie ends. That actually
so they're gonna go.
If we interpret Arthur's bloody footprints as him having killed that former analyst, Arkham might now assign.
Oh, so they might do Harley's backstory where he meets her, where she meets him in Arkham.
A new analyst to take her place, and that could be how we get the ambitious Dr. Harleen Quinzel. Actually, whenever I hear Cheek to Cheek, my mind goes to Frank Darabont's 1999 film The Green Mile, in which the wrongly accused prisoner and a corrections officer bond over this specific musical number in Top Hat. I think of it as a song of a prisoner imagining his life outside of jail, along with someone who works at that jail feeling sympathy for him. Now, Arthur's exact mental condition was deliberately left unspecified in the 2019 film, but with a title like Folie à Deux, the sequel may explore his pathological laughter being a kind of contagion, a psychological virus that also infects Harley, and for the two of them to now share these delusions. The entire sequel could be set in Arkham, but have a dual reality structure. A base reality frame of the mental hospital, intercutting with a musical fantasy with Arthur and Harley as the Joker and Harley Quinn running amok in their co-imagined Gotham, and then gradually populating more and more of the residents of Arkham into this fantasy by means of their pathological laughter infecting them. As this movie toggles in and out of their delusions, we would see these patients' comic book fantasy counterparts spreading that chaos throughout this fantasy Gotham. Now, yes, you may be struggling with the idea of a serialized narrative in which we know for sure it's really all in the characters' imaginations. Are there any real stakes in that scenario? Like, for example, Marvel Studios' Moon Knight seemed to go in a similar direction in its 4th episode, hinting that Stephen Grant's superheroics are really part of a delusion in the mind of a mental patient, but then pulled back again to reveal the hospital as part of the hero's underworld afterlife transition, and really the hospital part of it to be a trick coming from his inner doubt. I mean, there's still a lot to interpret from Moon Knight, but really, at the end of the day, all the stuff with the godly possession, the invisible jackals, the giant Amit over Cairo, all actually happened in the MCU continuity. But this version of the Joker sequel, by contrast, would just be unfolding in a clearly shared delusion. Now, on one hand, that would help Warner and DC maintain a separation between this reality and that of Matt Reeves' The Batman, which has its own Gotham and its own Joker, so they could go deep into Arthur Fleck's nightmarish imagination without worrying about how it would all connect to the Robert Pattinson Bruce Wayne journey. But on the other hand, one way to give some real-world stakes to Arthur and Harley's delusion could be to give this movie a One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest style ending and allow these inmates to overrun the hospital and break out of it and infect the broader, wider outside world with this pathological laughter. Madness for everyone. A Folie Todos? I took Spanish, not French. Hey, let me know what you think about this announced Joker 2 film. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EA Voss. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I can't wait for this to come out, man. If you didn't see the 2019 one, definitely check that out, man. It's wonderful. I can't wait. And Lady Gaga, man, it's gonna be really interesting to see a different Harley Quinn, how they gonna do her. It's really gonna be interesting to see how they do her. How she go. I wouldn't say you would put her up against Margot Robbie, but you know a lot of people gonna be like, let's see how she do. Basically, that's basically it. We gonna see how she do. Is she up there where Margot Robbie's at? Is she up there? Just the same for like the Jokers and the Batmans. Like Robert Pattinson, man, he is definitely Robert Pattinson. I would say Robert Pattinson is with Christian Bale. And my top list of Batmans, it was Christian Bale and then all the other Batmans. But Robert Pattinson, man. Because I was going into that movie thinking like, man, this the vampire boy. This the vampire boy. We're gonna see how the vampire boy doing. Let's see how he does. Because when I think of Robert Pattinson, I don't think of the movie he played with the Green Goblin. I forget the actor's name. They did that gray and black movie. I don't think of that. I think of Vampire Boy. Man, that's probably what everybody thinks of is Vampire Boy. Twilight bullshit. Sparkles. When he played this, I'm like, I'm like, okay, no, Robert Pattinson, man, this nigga is wonderful in this movie. So I put him at the same tier list. At the same tier list with Christian Bale. Like they on the same list. Michael Keaton, he would be somewhere in the middle, probably like 2, not 2. He'd be like 3 or 4. Adam West would be like number 2 for me. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on it. I know people about to run wild now. They about to make a lot of fan art of Lady Gaga and the Harley Quinn makeup. I can't wait, man. Let me know your thoughts in comments below. Are y'all ready for this to come out? Did y'all see the 2019? What do y'all think about it? Did y'all enjoy it? Or what? Let me know in the comments below. But this being said, it's been your boy, the RLC leader, JJ Stewart. Make sure y'all zap that like button, zap that subscribe button. Become a member of the core of Lanterns. That's all we do is getting bigger. Take care. See you on next video.